Hey, welcome to issue 45 of Common Comic Covers, an appreciation podcast for non-key comics, where we shine a light on the hidden gems, underrated issues, and the stories that don't always make it to the headlines, but deserve a place on your shelf. I'm Jeremy. And
I'm
with
Andy.
there it is. I'm
gonna run out of things to do.
Andy, how the heck are you?
Oh,
I've noticed your hair is getting lighter.
Yeah, it's washing out. Although I did buy the shampoos that you're supposed to do when you color your hair. I have started using those, but I don't. Yeah, I now it's just pink hair. It's not the other color I thought it was. But I might be getting it re-dyed, which will be exciting.
Okay.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
How your wife is back? Did she buy you any exotic comic books like she did last time she took a big trip?
No. New York held nothing for me. She didn't get me anything, but yeah, she's back. I have a question for you.
Yeah. No, this is good. Yeah, I'm excited. Thank you.
Okay, this is
good.
I
love questions.
Okay, so there's been like a controversy. So like PSA is the card grading company. You've heard of them because you like to collect cards.
Yeah, didn't you ask me this question last week?
Oh yeah, but there's more.
Oh, okay.
It's getting super spicy.
Yeah, no, good. I was hoping.
At least I think so.
Yeah, no, I know baseball cards.
Okay, yeah. So they've decided they're going to start doing comic books, right?
Yep.
And then but the people that they have in charge of doing their comic books came from another grading company, and that grading company is suing the other company. Man, what do you think?
That's so stupid. How is that news? No, I don't care. I don't even get it.
Oh,
are they suing themselves, or they're suing?
No,
they're suing their former company.
They're suing their former employees. So the company's suing the employees because they're supposedly taking trade secrets away.
Oh, okay.
Because they worked on
yeah. It's like, you have, if you practice law and you leave a company. I learned this from watching Suits, so I know what I'm talking about.
Good.
You can't practice with another company for like 6 months or something. That might be a real thing too, but anyway, I get it. Wow, that that is right up there with a lot of the headlines right now of what's, you got Diddy and what's going on there. You have the debate and what's happening there, and you have this controversy of
so much trauma.
I actually forgot exactly something about grading comic books.
Yeah, exactly.
People. Okay. Andy, we're gonna today issue 45. Very excited. We're 5 away from 50. That is really excited. We have a big show that we're going to eventually plan for issue 50. It's gonna be so good.
Yes.
It's gonna be so good. I can't wait to think about what we're gonna do.
It'd be giant sized.
But for today, we're just gonna talk longer. We're gonna kick off things by diving into our common comic covers, where we take a closer look at a cover that's been catching our eye. Next, after that, we're gonna have a new segment with some viewer questions that we have. Then we'll go into what's in our inbox and what we've recently picked up or is something we've been reading. Finally, we're going to wrap up on a tour of something fun and unexpected in the world of comics that we think you'll love. So grab your favorite issue, settle in, and let's celebrate the comics that might not be key, but are key to us. Andy, what is your common comic cover?
Okay, I chose for this week Wonder Woman 800. So it is not a hard to find issue, not an expensive issue. It's pretty though. It's pretty cool. I love the doves, the lasso.
It's like
it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I remember that one I shared a few weeks ago or months ago. It was a Wonder Woman by George Perez, and she was in a blue sky with like some birds. So it's a little homage almost to a different one. That's cool.
Yeah, I mean, this doesn't look like George Perez to me, but
No, but the scene,
yeah,
the scene.
yeah. I'm trying. I can't remember what the book was though. Sorry. Yeah, that's cool.
Who? Tell me more about that
Oh
book.
yeah, I'm sorry. It's
Yeah.
came out in
Remember,
August.
generally what we do, we share a book, we say
Mhm.
who the
Yeah.
cover is by,
Yeah.
and we give it just a little bit of a background.
I want you to give
on it.
me some more guesses. Just guess. This came out in August of 23, and it was by Yannick Paquette. Yeah. I practiced saying it beforehand, and I was so much better.
It's not. What makes me laugh is listening to you struggle to say the names.
Yannick Paquette.
Not necessarily how you say the name, but just the process of 13 different pronunciations that you go through in a span of 2 seconds.
It's Paquette.
You're fine.
Paquette.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. What is your
That's it. That's all you have. Why did you like that cover? Tell me about it.
Oh, I just think Wonder Woman looks really nice in it. And I was going through a stack of books, and this is the one I was like, oh, I really like this actually. I didn't have any other reasons. I did one of those things where I like purchased from DC. I was like, or whatever. I was like, I got them all mailed to me 40% off. I was like, during the pandemic, I did that for I think 2 years. And this is one of them. You know, they don't come in like great, always the best shape. This one did pretty well. It's a double size issue, which is nice. Yeah, it has awesome. Tons of contributors, and I went through and I looked at all the different because they have like tons of variants for this cover. And this is cover A, and I like cover A the best, so I'm like, okay. I'm happy.
Good. Thanks. Speaking of happy, my common comic cover, I think I've actually shared this one before, but it was like on one of our issues that you can't access anymore, like only for our paid subscribers can access them. Like you have to pay us.
Yeah.
This is from 1974, Tomb of Dracula number 18.
Oh, great.
This is a Gene Colan cover with Marv Wolfman on scripts. But this is a 2-part issue. The other one is in I just drew a blank. What's this guy?
Werewolf by Night.
Thank you. Werewolf by Night, number 15, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, one part is in the Dracula, one part is in the Werewolf by Night. Just great. Marv Wolfman and Gene Colan at his finest. I love Gene Colan's Dracula stuff and a lot of his stuff, but just I love this run.
That would be a fun run to actually. I've looked at trying to get the graphic novels for it, and those are expensive too.
They're expensive. Yeah, they didn't do a lot of printings, but anyway, I bought this one at Giant Nerd Books a few months ago. I paid $15 for it, which, if you know me, that is top dollar.
That's a lot.
Yeah. That's really opening up the wallet, but had to have it, and it's just a beautiful cover. I wouldn't say this is key. I think this fits their common comic cover for sure. But
is it their first meeting, or is there a second meeting or something? Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
I should know that.
That's not key though. It's like a minor key thing.
It's a minor key. I like it right now. I don't know what it's like on your side of the state, but over here, the moon is a full moon.
Okay.
I don't know. Okay.
I mean, we don't see it though. It's clouds.
That's what it is.
Yes.
And it's huge. Just a huge moon going on right now. So there it is. There's my comic cover. Do you have a question? We got inbox questions, right?
Yeah. Well, that leads perfectly into that. From Joseph Thomas 457 asks, where does the werewolf cover come from? And it comes from Werewolf by Night, 18 right there. The
Tomb of Dracula.
Tomb of Dracula, but the werewolf there. And my friend Sky, he's a very talented artist. He took that and then changed it and made it our own. And he came up with the scripts for common comic covers that you have at the title. He did a lot of stuff for our beginnings of our podcast. So it was really nice of him. So thank you, Sky, who watches our show sometimes.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Hey, I got a question for you.
Yeah. Oh, good.
Nobody Loves the Hulk.
Oh, that is a song by The Traits. They wrote and performed it. I was reading
1960s, 70s?
60s in the 65, 68, something like that.
Yeah.
But I was reading something along it and they're like, yeah, it's in public domain. I was like, oh, that means we can have it and use it and not have any problems with it. So I was like, I'm going to put that as our intro. So it's a great song. I love it. My kids love that song.
Mm-hmm.
We'd listen to it all the time. So
yep. Every time my kids hear it, they know what's coming.
Okay.
Welcome to Comic Covers. they say it. They say it with me.
Okay, I have a question for you, Jeremy, from Rich G.
Yep.
He says, Rich G 5256 says, why doesn't Jeremy have comic books behind him?
Oh, great question. I am in the what some would call a den or office. We call it the library here at my house, and it functions kind of as our office. And we have books; those are built-in bookshelves, and so the comic books are at a different location, and not a real solid answer. I don't know. You can kind of see back there, right there. It's a framed picture of the Tick.
No, that's cool.
There you go. And he's always here. He's always here with us.
I gotta tell you though, the fact that you have something that says cats on it, I saw cats. That is literally the worst thing I've ever seen. I went to a musical or whatever it was. It's so bad. I didn't know it was about cats.
I had to Google it at intermission. What am I watching here? Like I just wanted to know what the story was.
Yeah.
There's not one.
It's bad. This is going off the rails, but yeah, we had a membership at the Paramount.
Yeah.
And I was like, I hate this. It's not as bad as
I didn't hate it. For me, I was trying to follow the story. Like, okay, what's happening? What's going on? And at intermission, I was like, all right, I got to look this up. I don't know what's happening here. We were members too, because we wanted to go see Hamilton, which is right there.
Yeah.
It was awesome. Hey, Andy, let's get back to it. Yeah. What's in your inbox?
Okay, so my inbox is 2 books. I got super excited about having these. And this is kind of like I'm going to nudge people to be like, this might be a good thing to buy, or maybe not. But it is. The first one is.
Good to buy it or not.
Or not. This is not financial advice. This is Detective Comics 217. Just Detective Comics 217.
Bring it over to your right a little bit. No, not closer. Yeah, there you go.
So that's
cool.
The unique thing. Oh, so it's came out in it came out in March of 55. It had to have. I didn't write that down. Oh, yeah, March of 55 it came out, right? And this is the first time the Comic Code Authority stamp is on Detective Comics. Usually the
who is that on the cover?
It's like the Mad Thinker or something, like I don't know. It's like he's not a very important villain.
Okay.
But he's taking a picture of him being like, I know who you are now. He's in the Batcave, I guess. Go ahead.
Nope, you're good.
So I got this copy for tax, shipping, everything, $99. It is attached barely. It's attached at one staple, or maybe it's not attached, but the cover and the front cover and back cover are almost detached. They're barely holding on. It's a pretty fragile book, but the color on it is great. It's fantastic. Super happy to have it. And So
It's a great
typically,
book. It's beautiful.
yeah, typically, so Batman 103 is considered the first Silver Age book for Batman because it came out the same year, the same time as Barry Allen came out, Showcase 4. But I feel like the Silver Age should just be like when the Comic Code Authority came out forward.
Okay.
Like that seems like it's a more practical, like, okay, the Golden Age is done because now there's this Comic Code Authority, and not have this weird intermittent period. Anyway, so I did the same thing with Batman too. And this is the first Bat Boy here, who is he's a baseball thing. Yeah,
That's a really cool cover.
yeah, it's really cool. It's yeah, and this is in a much better shape. Yeah, and this is the same thing. It's March of '55, first Comic Code Authority on the Batman title. So for me personally, I'm like, I got the first Silver Age Batman comics.
The Detective and the Batman. Okay.
Yeah, which is like, I'm like, I can't start it, and it's not like these aren't cheap. Like this one cost. It took me a long time to find an affordable one, and this is actually in really nice shape. But it was $245 all in for a 4.5. And when you consider this one was, $100, and it's not very nice shape. But yeah, I think it's a great, like, I could see this being something that really gets really expensive in the future. The first Comic Code Authority stuff on DC Golden Age characters, because is it when Barry Allen became? I was like, that's a.
No, are you gonna grab the first Common Code action and Superman?
I mean, maybe. I was bidding on the first Wonder Woman one, and I was looking at previous sales and all this stuff, and I was like, I will bid up to $90 on, and there was one that came up on eBay, and last I saw it was at 170. I was like, whoa, this is way, what is going on here? So it could be that other people are thinking the same thing.
Cool. I like it. I like getting creative with what you're collecting.
Yeah. And it's kind of sad for me. It's like, why the end of the Golden Age is not the beginning of the superheroes. The end of the Golden Age is the Comic Code Authority. So, and then there's like, maybe that's the Atomic Age is what, maybe that is. But anyways, what's in your inbox, Jeremy? I'll figure it out.
Yeah, it's all right. I bought a brand new, like just came out comic book.
Nice.
Which I don't do a lot, nor do you. I don't think. Well, no, I guess we have a little bit, but nothing. And I've added this to my monthly box. This is XFactor, Volume 5, just came out. I'm not a huge XFactor X-Men kind of world, but this is written by Mark Russell, who I've shared a ton of Mark Russell stuff with. Last week, what did I share last week about it? Traveling to Mars. Yeah. So Mark Russell, love his work, especially his early stuff, Flintstones and Snagglepuss. But I just thought, wow, Mark Russell is writing XFactor, and I want to say, I asked the guy at my local comic shop if it was a continuous, and he said, yeah, it's a continuous story. Which if it is, Mark Russell has never done a continuous. So we'll see. It might only be a few issues, but issue 1 was great. I don't want to give it away. I like Mark Russell because he appreciates a story, and so much, especially with new comic books, you buy it and you spend $4 for
so expensive now,
a 16th of a story, and you're like, well, that was dumb. But with this one, obviously, it sets up number 2, but it gives you a good story. Like I think he doesn't want to rob people of entertainment and value in a story. The art is fine in it. I thought it was great, but I already bought number 2 yesterday, so I'm excited to read that one and
Cool.
put it in my pull box. So XFactor, Mark Russell, great first issue, a bunch of cameos. And yeah, I don't want to give it away, but like Mark Russell's the kind of guy where it's funny in terms of like, are you kidding me? Did he just do that? And so there's a couple of those in here. If you pick
All
it up
right.
and read it, there's a couple of like, wait, what? So XFactor number 1. Number 2 is in stores as of yesterday, Wednesday. Well, it's when you're seeing this, but the week of the 18th.
18th.
Yeah, the 18th.
Okay.
All
Yeah.
right.
I wonder when I'd like to that'd be a good one to jump on. That'd be fun.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate XFactor, so I was like, yeah, why not? And see how it goes.
Yeah.
And I'm curious too, because I've read like Traveling to Mars and My Bad and Flintstones and Snagglepuss. He had his Superman stuff. He's got a Batman series out right now, but he always does a little bit of off Broadway, kind of non-mainstreamy mainstream. And so XFactor seems he did the Wonder Twins, which was amazing. XFactor seems just kind of like, okay, what's he gonna do with XFactor? So
yeah.
And it's there's something going on in the X world that I don't care about at all. And I didn't feel super lost with not knowing what is happening in all the other titles. And I'm not going to buy any of the other titles. I don't care.
Yeah, I know. That's part of the problem with the X tiles. Sometimes it's like just they try to interconnect so much, and that's like
I don't care.
I have so many books I have to read this week.
And I can't figure out the order that I'm supposed to read them in, and then I read them and they don't make sense. So I'm just doing XFactor. Andy, take us on a tour.
Oh, well, this tour is pretty quick. So Jeremy always gives these wonderful.
SS Minna was supposed to be a quick tour as well.
Oh yeah. Jeremy always gives these great recommendations for things to buy, and I did. So I bought the Swamp Thing box set. I paid $69.58 on Amazon for this, but it's the complete thing. It has a nice slipcase. I've enjoyed Volume 1. I'm not quite done with it yet, but they have these. These are all the covers. I'll shoot through them pretty quick, but it's like, oh yeah, I mean, it's
those are great. Let's see. Open one up. How's it look on the inside?
Oh yeah, they're great. They have the covers. So like, let's just.
Oh yeah. Oh, there's that one. Yeah.
And it's glossy, but not like overly glossy. It doesn't. Yeah. It's a cool cover.
Those are great.
Yeah. So so thank you, Jeremy. It's really fun. I'm glad you kind of gave me the kick to go over and
all of them for $65.
$69.58.
That's a smoking deal.
Yeah, I'm super because the journey to collect all of them would, take so long, and then you're reading, then you're not really enjoying the reading. So I was like, I just want to read it and have it.
Does it have like the annual, or there's one where it's Swamp Thing and Superman and like a DC Presents? It's okay if you don't know yet.
I don't know yet. I'm not. It's not in Volume 1. I know. I've read. I actually have Volume 1 previously. They had reprinted it before, and I had it, and I've read it. But I'm rereading it, and it's totally fine. I don't like. I'm like, oh yeah, this is great. And
that's awesome.
Yeah. So thank you, Jeremy.
You're welcome. Well, I got bad news for you.
You got a long tour?
No, but you're gonna want to get out the paycheck. The paycheck.
Oh no, the checkbook.
That's what it is. I said last week, I preface I'm in a little bit of an Alan Moore kick.
Oh yeah.
So I shared some Swamp Things. You shared Swamp Thing. We're going to stick with Alan Moore. We're going to take you to 1985 and his series. He did 16 issues from Eclipse Comics called Miracleman.
Hmm.
And according to mycomicbookshop.com, I'll quote what they say here. Hold on, let me look it up. They say something about it that was so profound that I can't find it because I was scrolling. Basically, they say it ranks right up there with Alan Moore's Watchmen.
Yeah.
So my comic book shop says this is right up there with Watchmen. Now, the backstory of this, so it was Marvelman in the UK in the early 80s. So the first like 4 or 5 issues are mainly reprints from, it was Warrior magazine in the UK. It was Marvelman, and Marvelman was copyrighted in like the 50s. And Marvel Comics, the name Marvel Comics was copyrighted in the 60s. But Marvel basically said, we don't care. If you bring this over to the States, we will sue you if you call it Marvel Man. And so it's Miracleman, very similar to Shazam as well. There's some things in there that are kind of similar to Shazam, but Alan Moore obviously does his thing. And there are 16 issues by Alan Moore. Then issue 17, the writer is Neil Gaiman.
Oh, what a letdown. What a letdown.
Yeah, just I have most of them, missing a couple. The most expensive one is number 15, the Death of Marvel Kid, I think. But pretty gritty books. So there's number 1.
Do you have 15?
No.
The expensive one?
No.
Okay.
There's number 2. Number 3, most of these. So Alan Moore does all the writing. Gary Leach does a few. Alan Davis, this covers by Chaikin, does a cover on here.
Yeah. Chaikin, we were just talking about him before the show started.
Yeah, there's another one that's number 4. Alan Davis cover, I think 5. I don't know who does a cover on 5.
Oh, that's a cool one. Is he like
cool? It's like
water?
Yeah, he's submerged in water. His brain's hooked up to something, or his head's hooked up. Number 6, right there.
So which ones do you? How many do you have?
I have 1 through 11.
Okay.
And 14.
Okay.
So I'm missing 12, 13, 15, 16.
Okay.
And this one has some reprints of the 1950s Marvel Man. Here's the pretty graphic birth scene in this one.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, ooh, okay. Yeah. I like this one. So last week I showed some of those Swamp Thing covers, and one of them, I think it was the painted one, was John Toddleben. And that's John Toddleben as well. Kind of very similar in some aspects.
Oh yeah. So
another painted cover by John Toddleben, who worked with him. And then there's 14. So missing a few. I will buy 15. I was just following it for fun. Someone had it like at a 99-cent sale, and I think it ended up selling for like $40. So not too bad.
Okay.
But I haven't read this yet. I'm going to read it. I'll start now because I have 1 through 11, so that will hold me over until I buy the rest of them. And I was able to pick up most of them in a lot on eBay.
That's nice.
I didn't pay a ton. Like I think I paid maybe around $40. So in all, to get 1 through 16, I'll probably spend less than $100.
There you go.
And there you go. Good stories. The art's good, but I'm excited. So I think that might be it for Alan Moore for me for a while. But I don't know. It's that time of year, I guess, where I just want to dig in. It's getting colder out. I just need good stories. And so I got plenty of Mark Russell and Alan Moore to hold me over for a while. Life is good.
That's good. That's good. Well, as Ringo Starr says, peace, love, peace, love.